You won't get bored. My
I
movie,
mean,
Yeah,
of your movies.
my movies are fantastic.
Wait, why is that up?
Why is what up?
You okay? You just deleted it.
Yeah.
Suspicious.
Well, welcome to Crook and Murder. Uh, we are doing a horror episode in the middle of November. Um, I don't know if you
Wait, this is
guys,
fucking murder?
or welcome to this fucking Stone Gauntlet. We're doing,
Sound like
we're doing a horror episode in the middle of November because one of our co-hosts fucked up their Halloween portion of the last Halloween episode.
yeah,
bless
Spider
you.
Dude.
What?
I
Um,
won't look. I'm not gonna throw him under the bus. I won't say any names, but I will give you his initials. Jordan fucking Rabble.
yeah, it
What
was
about
me.
you though?
I gave horror
Actually,
shit.
okay, never mind. Fair
I
enough. Fair enough.
I had
That's
like 3 horror games. Uh,
oh,
so
fair enough. Yeah.
we decided to come all together and give you our what's that 4 favorite Halloween movies
Yeah, horror movies. Yeah,
horror, and this is courtesy of Rabble. You kind of want
yeah,
to explain the idea behind this?
yeah. So what we're gonna do is each of us have picked 4 of our favorite horror movies, and I'm gonna start with my fourth movie, my fourth favorite horror movie, and then we'll do kind of round robin. So then, Crook will go ahead and do his fourth, and then Spider Dude will do his fourth, and then I'll do my third, so on. So, and we'll just go over the movie.
By the way,
Spoilers will probably happen, so if you have not seen them and you really want to, close your ears when we mention them.
Jordan, I love you, buddy. Good job coming up with this idea.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're amazing.
Yeah, and you know what? It's almost as good as missing Halloween, but that's
Also,
okay.
everybody's gonna actually think this is a crook and murder episode. Because we
Oh,
got Crook Irish Murder and special guest Alex.
what's okay? So I think I'm gonna turn it. Oh, by the way, my name is Kenny Crook Irish Kirby, and I am joined today by Jordan Rabble
Hey guys, what's up?
and Spider Dude.
Yep. Well, yeah. Actually, that's my closing thing. I'm tired. Okay, guys, this is about to be interesting.
Welcome to the Stone Gauntlet. Let me actually change the name over. I just realized it's on Crook. There we go.
Yeah.
Halloween Horror. The title
There
of
we
the
are.
stream, just so it's laid in
Oh,
forever.
Hawaiian. Sorry, I'm interrupting you, but Hawaiian just entered in chat. I'm sorry.
Hey Hawaiian, welcome back to the chat. Rabble, I just want to let you know, just so it is in stone forever, I have named the title Halloween Horror in November 2023.
Next
Ooh.
year we're gonna do it before Halloween, I promise. So, should I go and get
So
us
we're
kicked
gonna do
off?
it in July.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, go
Yes.
ahead and take it off, Jordan.
Okay. So, my fourth favorite horror movie at this moment, like let's be real, like I didn't like go through and rank every movie, but what I felt would be entertaining to you guys, and that's my fourth. It was originally Evil Dead, the remake, because of the effects. But then I was thinking, man, like Terrifier 2 just came out, like it's this year. Yeah, this October. It is a Halloween movie. So it's a Halloween movie. But it's about this guy right here, Art the Clown. And he honestly doesn't look, I mean, I don't know, he looks kind of scary if I saw him around. But he's a clown entity, honestly. Like that's really all I could explain it, because he
Jordan, I
literally.
almost feel like you need to do a trigger warning.
Oh yeah, yeah. The next slide, I will warn people of the next slide if you want to turn away. But this movie, the reason I picked this as my fourth, and actually took Evil Dead out, is because Evil Dead was in there because of its blood effects and its gore effects that they used and the sounds. But Terrifier takes it up to like the next notch. Like they use practical effects, Anyone who's seen this movie knows exactly what I'm talking about. They take a woman in the first one and hang her upside down and saw her in half. And it's not CGI or anything. Like it's a practical effect, and it's horrifying, honestly. And I remember when I first watched it, like it's not a movie you show your family. Like Alex has not watched either Terrifier. Um, but yeah, I mean it's pretty bad. What's the goriest movie you guys have seen?
Jordan is probably, or it's probably Curious George. Uh,
Yeah, I would think so.
for
Oh
me,
yeah,
it,
agreed. Curious George.
you know what? I'd have to say it's a tie between The Shining, just because of the amount of blood they dropped in that hallway, and and maybe Hostel.
Dude, Hostel is a great one, man. Man, now I'm regretting my. No, I'm just Hostel is a great one too, dude. I'm also. Have you ever seen Green Inferno?
No.
It's a. It's kind of. It's a spiritual successor to Cannibal Holocaust. If you've ever heard that one was like a big like '80s. But Green Inferno, very gory, very fucked up. Highly recommend it. If you like gory films, start with Terrifier 1 and Terrifier 2, and then, Hostel's a great one, and then definitely check out Green Inferno. So the next slide though, I just want to show you some of the practical effects. So look away if you do not like gore. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So this is in Terrifier 2, and
Nice trigger warning.
she is simply just was home, and Art didn't like her, and this is what happened to her. And I'm not kidding. I mean, that's really it. Is I think she's friends with the main character, and he just kind of goes and kills her, and just he does this to all his victims, and he does just like fucked up. It's messed up. I mean, in the first movie, he literally wears the skin of one of the girls, and it's pretty wild. Um, I will go and take that off the screen now.
Thank you.
What are your thoughts on that, guys? What do you think of what do you think of those effects? Like the practical effects?
I'd say it's actually pretty good because isn't Terrifier kind of like a B-rated horror movie?
It's trying to like really summon like the old effects. So like like The Thing is another like good practical effects movie. But yeah, it in a way it's kind of like themed as a B horror movie.
Okay.
Very low budget.
Huh.
Very low budget. I think the first one, I can look it up really quick. Like Terrifier 1's first budget is extremely low.
Sometimes
Huh.
I like watching those. Like
Dude,
The Witcher Man is a C-rated horror movie, and that's like my favorite Nicolas Cage film.
yeah. That's the one with the bees, right?
Yeah, where
Yeah.
he's just completely the world's worst detective. I love
Yeah.
that where he sees the people carrying the bloody sack. He's like, "Hey, what's in the sack?" And they like look at each other for about a minute, and then they're like, shark." Nicolas Cage is like, "Okay, you're good to go." It's like inspect the fucking bag. Okay, that's all I got.
Horror movies often wouldn't be horror movies if the main characters weren't absolutely brain dead. Um, I'm sure we'll get to that a couple times. So my last thing on Terrifier is so the budget for a popular film that Crook is going to be doing, but I won't say the name yet because I'll let him. Was $10 million. Like that is a like a high up horror movie. The budget for Terrifier 1 was $35,000.
Oh
The
wow.
budget for Terrifier 2 was $250,000, but that was after being like a great success. So like the first one being so good. So yeah, if that puts it in perspective of just like how little money they work with. But yeah, so that is it for me. If you want to go and take it to your fourth crook.
Sure thing. Man, if we're talking like the fourth in line, that's a tough one. Okay. I picked 4 really good ones. I really should have like made them maybe spiced out over the years, because now I think this is a really good idea because this is kind of fun format. I guess my 4th one of horror movies would probably be Hell House LLC out of my list. I like the Hell House films. I'm a sucker for found footage, so if you throw one my way, I'm probably gonna watch it, and I'll be far more forgiving about it. But in my opinion, Hell House is actually better than Paranormal Activity.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
Hell House deals with these kind of cameraman. Well, no, okay. The first one has to deal with like a Halloween attraction being set up in a place called the Abaddon Hotel. And as you progress through the film, it gets slowly more scary. Like weird shit starts happening around them, and then suddenly people start disappearing, kind of like the Blair Witch, but like done better. Until by the end, where it goes into a full-on blowout of like horror. It's like it's one of those films that tease a bomb that eventually pays off. You know?
Huh. Shit, man. Dude, it's actually crazy because I've never heard of Hell House. I don't know how I've avoided it because, like, yeah, dude. I mean, looking stuff up online, people are like ranting about like how great it is.
Yeah,
Um,
it was Hell House had a sequel, Hell House 2, and then I think they just came out with a third and maybe a prequel. The prequel's on Shutter right now.
hmm,
Uh or it's not a prequel, but it explains more of the backstory. But the sequels never tried to do anything like a cash grab. You know, it was always based around the lore of the in universe. People would end up back at the Abaddon for one reason or another, trying to chase a story, what happened in like the previous film, and then people will start dying off, and they're all done well. Check it out.
Yeah. Shit.
Hmm.
Um. Have you, Micah? Do you when you say like when Crook says a found footage movie? Do you know what that means? Because I know
Nope.
you're not a big horror guy. Okay, so essentially, like, here, shit, I'll let you explain it, Crook.
So found footage is when it's from the perspective of the camera. You know, for me, maybe it's because it puts me in their shoes more than you would in like a normal film. I actually will watch a couple found footage films and then try to watch a regular film and it'll just feel disjointed, you know? Unless
Hmm.
you got a really good one like the fucking
Yeah.
The Guest, where that one dude's invited and he's the ex-boyfriend of the girlfriend there. Did you ever see that? They end up at like a wine party together
The
and
Guest?
I forgot what it's called, but it's like it's funny at first and then it just descends into madness. I'll figure
Oh,
out the name of this movie and get it to you.
I'll have to watch it too, man. Man, you got some, you got some good ones too. You never seen Paranormal Activity, Micah?
Nope.
Wow, maybe that was honestly like when did Paranormal Activity come out? I'm about to make myself feel old.
Hold on, let me look this up.
Dude, Paranormal Activity 1 came out in 2007. Oh my god. It doesn't feel like it's that old. What?
Congratulations, Jordan. You're old.
Yeah. Some people. Oh, that's pretty crazy. So my sister, who's now 20, was like, "What? I'm so dumb. I can't do math. I'm not even doing that. I'm closing that thought before you guys make fun of me." Okay, let's move on to Micah's fourth movie.
Oh yeah, I'm a little bit confused because I think somebody gave me the wrong information. But right now, my 4th movie is at Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I'm a little confused here.
Here, how are you spinning it? How is it a horror movie?
How is this a horror movie, Micah? God
I was told we
damn
were
it.
doing Christmas.
Who told you we were doing Christmas? You fucked up the one.
So-
Can we have one Halloween episode?
You know what though? I think there is here. There's a horror movie based off of Rudolph though.
Huh.
That's definitely what I was going for. Not the little red reindeer, the little reindeer with the red nose.
I thought it
Right.
was a horror movie based off two co-hosts trying to sabotage the show every time we have a Halloween special.
Have you guys actually ever heard of the Well, Micah, do you want to talk about Rudolph at all?
Yes, it's a very cute reindeer. Not scary at all. I'm sorry, I thought it was Christmas. Hold on a second. Gonna have to change my entire list.
Is the Island of Misfit Toys too much for you, Micah?
Yeah. I cried every time. Ah.
There's actually a whole article on why it's an unexpected horror movie, which I think is kind of funny. Have you guys heard of the Winnie the Pooh horror movie, Blood and Honey?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen that. Or I haven't
Is
seen it, but I've seen like the beginning, which I liked.
okay, yeah. I mean,
You
when
seen
you
it or
go
what?
ahead, Micah.
I'll let you go first.
Oh no, I was gonna say like when I saw that you had Rudolph as your fourth, it made me think of that. So
Well, I about added one, but I haven't seen it. But they recently released the Mean One, which is basically just a horror version of the Grinch.
Yeah,
yeah.
but you haven't seen any of these movies. Like,
Exactly. So that's
and
why I
the
never put up.
guys, well, in the middle of the week, Mike is like, "Can I add some stuff on there that I've never seen?" And I'm like, "No."
No, go watch it.
I
You're always talking about watching TV in school. Why don't you just watch some of the horror movies there? No, but Micah, is there anything else you'd like to say about
Nah,
Rudolph? Okay.
I changed my list real quick. And then we do Christmas.
Okay, so my next one. So this is tough for me, man. You know what? I'm gonna have to go with. Okay, I know what I'm doing. So my next one is Smile. Have either of you seen Smile yet?
Oh, I've seen Smile. I
I
love
worked it.
Smile.
I
Dude,
worked
so
mine.
so you worked while it was showing?
Yeah.
Dude, Smile. My wife walked out halfway through. Like she said, "I'm done. I have to leave the theater," and she went out to the theater and she actually went and just walked around one Loudon while I finished the movie. Smile is fucking horrifying. It's only
Yeah.
horrifying though if you buy into it because it's just like one of the other movies I'm going to talk about later on. That like honestly, a lot of people compare them. Um, it's essentially about. I love it because it's essentially about how trauma is passed from person to person. In this movie, an entity is trying to follow you, and if you essentially watch this person kill themselves, you will start to see people just smile at you and try to do fucked up shit, and your life will just go to turmoil. And this is just it's just such a perfect movie. And one thing I really loved, because about near the end of the movie, I won't spoil it honestly because there's no reason to, but the movie kind of goes off the tracks, and I was kind of like, fuck. I don't like when movies that are kind of a little bit more realistic. Like obviously it's not realistic what's happened in the movie, but like when it's still trying to be a little bit more real, and then all of a sudden they just go ape shit and they like bring out a big monster. Like Mama did that, which I didn't like. But then they kind of bring it back by being like it was all in her head, which I loved. And I don't know. What do you think about it, Crook?
Smile's the kind of movie that I'd love to watch tonight, but I'm home alone with my dog, and the last thing I kind of want to think about is that Smile before I go to bed.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I
It's
remember while working at the theater, whenever my coworkers saw it, I had so much fun because I could just smile and they'd be like, "No."
Yeah, they'd be like, "Oh, great, it's that creepy kid over there smiling at us again," and
so did you guys hear when they were promoting this movie, there was actually I think it was a baseball game, and they actually hired people and they gave them seats and they just stood up during the game and they all just smiled, just like her. And supposedly a bunch of people were fucking creeped out. They were like, "What the fuck
Jesus
is going on with
Christ.
these people?"
Like, hold on,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's perfect. I mean, go watch it. Watch it maybe in the morning so that you have the whole day, because and then maybe don't go see a bunch of strangers or something, or people that know you've seen the movie, because they will fuck with you. Um, just like Micah was doing with his friends.
But I mean,
Yeah.
truth be told, I love those psychological mind fucks. Like my favorite movie of all time, and I know this may get me flack, and I forgot to put it on here, but
Yeah, I'm seeing you. Ha ha ha.
1408. You know, some people don't like that
Yeah.
film, but I love 1408 because you
It-
never know when their room stops.
yes. Agreed. Yeah. 14. It's the one where they're like in hotel rooms, right?
Yeah,
1408's super good. Mindfuck horror movies are the superior horror movies. Like, I mean, somebody would definitely argue that against me, but like, I think the more realistic you make it, and the more mindfucky you make it, the better. Like, if I go home and I have a hard time having my back turned to a door, or like I'm not sure if reality exists anymore, you've done a fucking good job
yeah.
with the movie.
I'm pretty sure I saw The Ring, and when I got home, my fucking friend texted me, and she was like, 7 days, and then hung up, and and I was like, shit. Now I don't know if this is like, I got a week to live or not.
Yeah, God. Oh
It's always
man.
fun with the Jedi mind tricks. Just like I forgot there was a movie I watched. Or no, actually, it was like mainly in real life, but there was also a movie I watched. But going through a mirror maze, like an actual like large mirror maze, reality just changes, and you don't know if there's an actual wall in front of you or not. That's like how I feel with those movies. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just go through a mirror maze. Just do it, like a big one, and you'll see what I mean.
Also known as navigating the bathroom.
Yeah, dude, I have a tough time with that.
Mm.
Kirk, you wanna go with your number 3?
Yeah, you know what? Like I said, guys, there is no movie on this list that's bad. I love all four of these films, and it's very hard to put them in an order, descending from four to one. But if I was going to go with three, Cabin in the Woods.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Cabin in the Woods?
Yes. The one with Chris Hemsworth, right?
Yeah, where he's
Yeah.
like the jock and he kills
Yeah.
himself by smashing into
Yep.
like the invisible wall.
Yeah. And
That
they all
does
have
sound
like the
familiar.
stereotype.
Yeah, okay, so Cabin in the Woods is it's in the same way the Army of Darkness is a love letter to fans.
Yeah.
Cabin in the Woods is a love letter to horror fans
Yeah.
because we've all seen the same trope, the jock, the stoner, the fucking guy that's trying to get lucky, the two girls, you know.
Yeah.
And Cabin in the Woods makes fun of that so well by making it like actually where it's hard to explain, but what you think you see is not what you really see, and it turns out to be much bigger than you think. And
Do,
the
do Oh, go ahead.
the end of the film goes hog wild.
I was gonna say, honestly, this would be one of the ones I'd be cool with talking about the ending if you're cool with spoiling it. We can just do like a spoiler alert right now if
Sure.
you want to.
Spoiler alert for everybody who did not see Cabin in the Woods. Turn this off and go watch Cabin in the Woods. That good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It,
Bye.
the
No, I'm
beautiful thing about Cabin in the Woods, the beautiful thing about Cabin in the Woods is like it's not. It is scary, but it's more just brilliant in the sense that like they really like yeah, like just like Crook said, they make fun of the trope. Like they literally talk about like basically the end of the movie, you learn that it's a big government like basically it's a government mission almost. And they have to bring these certain people together and they all have to die to save the world from apocalypse, right? That's the ending, isn't it?
Yeah, so basically, like, Cabin in the Woods is, God, I had something like. Cabin in the Woods is. It's complicated. What they had to do when they arrive at the cabin is choose their own fate. And that's the only way to get it to be for the ritual to take place because they were trying to stop essentially Cthulhu from taking over the planet by killing these
Right.
groups of people once every couple of years or something. And there was like beneath the cabin is just chambers upon chambers upon chambers of every single fucking movie monster you can think of.
Yeah.
From like Pinhead to Chucky to like Jason, they're all kind of just sitting in there. Aliens, all that shit. And about midway through the film, the people staying above find out that they're part of this experiment and start fighting back. And they get down into the institution and unleash all the monsters on it.
Yeah. Micah, to compare it to anything, I'm sure you know all about SCP, don't you?
Yeah.
Yep. It's essentially like SCP, like below
Well,
the facility. Like
like
they're hold. What were you saying?
since like when Kenny was saying that all the creatures from like all the horror movies were in there, to admit it, that actually sounds interesting, even though I'm not a very big horror guy.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
fantastic.
I
'Cause
honestly go ahead. Go ahead, Micah. My bad.
I've learned about all those characters even without watching the movies. It's like you're putting them all in one room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine the outcome of that. it's that's exactly what you think of, and Cabin in the Woods handles it delicately. Here's the thing with Cabin in the Woods. Cabin in the Woods is the only other film I've seen to walk that fine line, and this is the other one that excelled at it, the Evil Dead series, between horror and comedy.
Yeah.
Like there were parts in it that were truly terrifying, and then there were parts that will just completely catch you off guard and make you laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, and I love horror comedy. Did you ever watch Scream Queens?
No, I never saw Stream or Scream Queens.
Dude, Scream Queens was so stupid, but so good. Like I'll send you a clip after this, but there's like a clip called Chaneloween because they're like a bunch of sorority girls, and it's like them killing each other off. But like Emma Roberts does a great job at just being like a bitchy sorority girl, and every Halloween I can't help but think about this like their theme song. um,
Oh, Happy Death Day did it too.
yeah, Happy Death Day did. It's not one of my favorites to be honest. Like I wouldn't watch Happy Death Day again,
No,
but
it's not the kind of film that you watch twice. But
yeah,
there were some funny moments in Happy Death Day. I expected it to be kind of like, wait, I think my bar was set so low. I was like, this is going to
yeah,
be crappy. And then it kind of was like, oh, this is
yeah,
actually kind of fun, you know?
yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, Happy Death Day is a good take on Groundhog Day. I did like that. Like it's a cool concept.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
cool. Well, do you have anything
Let's,
else to say
Oh,
about Cabin?
I did
oh,
want to say, Kenny mentioned that the movie had the jock, the stoner, the lucky one, and the two girls.
yeah.
My brain picked up with something, and I was like, it pulled it all together, even though the character's not really a stoner, but Scooby Doo. It's basically what they.
Hold on. Shaggy is 100% a stoner.
Well, I know, but like,
Oh, wait. No, 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 no. I was about to go check on Doof, but we're about to have a conversation, bro. Now, what were you going to say?
I would just say, because like Like that just fits it so well. Like you got the two girls, you kind of got the lucky one, which is Scooby Doo. You got the jock, which is Fred, and then you got Shaggy, which is the stoner. It's like
Are you saying Scooby's trying to get with Daphne
So
and
he thought you said the character is Lucky. What
Oh.
Crook said is that he's trying to get Lucky. Yeah, Scooby's trying to fuck. Is what Mike is trying to say.
Oh my god.
yeah, no, that's definitely where I'm getting at.
Scooby's trying to break
Wow.
national law.
Scooby is trying to end up in prison according to Micah. Thanks for your analogy. We appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
I'm turning it over to you for your next film.
I don't know. I don't think that's illegal in Montana, so maybe it might be all right. I'm sorry, we won't go there. We'll just skip over what I just said.
Okay, for my next movie, actually, it's kind of, since now that I got it all changed to partially Halloween movies. I mean, one is more of a favorite one, but I'll get to that one later. My next one would definitely be Monster House.
Okay.
I watched that last year, and it was fun. It was like it was interesting.
You talking about the CG that one with the it's got the meme where the guy like grabs something and eats something in the store. You know what I'm talking about?
Maybe talking about the animation one, like
Yeah.
from on Netflix.
No, yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, I'd say that's part of one of my things because like it was it was pushing the level too scary in my opinion. I mean, like if you showed like a 10-year-old, they might be like, but being a kids movie, I mean, I don't really have anything else on it, but like, yeah,
Okay. So do you know what meme I'm talking about? Crook, do you know what I'm talking about?
I think he took Tooth to go out, put Tooth outside.
Sorry, I have a dog that's suffering from anxiety
Uh,
because it's just us two right now. So I just
Oh, you were cutting out a little bit.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I have a dog that's suffering from anxiety because it's just us two right now.
Oh,
So I may occasionally have to go out and let him know I'm still here.
that's okay.
And if anybody has any problems with that, I will talk to them directly and chat.
We'll never have
I
a
think you should put the
problem
dog
with that.
on.
Know what? Just put the dog on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Tooth would be a better host than me. No, I'm joking. I'm
Oh
sorry.
my
Oh
god.
my god.
Oh my
There we go.
god.
Shots fired.
Evil.
Damn, dude, that's mean, Micah. Damn. I know
I said
you
it
live
was
in a
fine.
cold place, but you don't have to be cold too, man.
Damn.
They like to call me Jack Frost. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Pretty
no, so you
icy.
can't give yourself a nickname, Micah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
he kind of did with Spider Dude.
you know, I did that once. We would go rafting on the river. Like we'd go walking up it, and first time we went, like I lost my flip flops because I was an idiot and wore flip flops in the river. So they were gone in like 2 seconds. So I just trundled the rest of it barefoot, uh, through like up the river and then down through like the path back. And my friends were like, "Damn, you actually did that. You're welcome to come back anytime." So we started going out there, and I'd always come up with these great ideas, like why don't we tube down the river and fish? And we started doing that too. And one day I'm like, "Hey guys, I spend more time in the water than I do in the tube. You could just call me Otter." And they're like, "We're not calling you Otter." And then for the rest of the summer, I was just like, "Hey guys, Otter's about to jump in the water," and just reinforcing it and reinforcing it. And then by fall, they were calling me Otter.
Oh, so it actually worked.
It actually worked. I gave myself a nickname, but it was a long and arduous road.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you have a nickname that you gave yourself a while ago that has stuck with you for years?
Yeah, my Xbox tag, Crook
Yeah,
Irish.
yeah.
One of my friends, we call him Mr. Bitches. It's pretty funny. He doesn't like it. It's a good story, but it's also not PG-13. So, um, should I go and carry on to my second?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, this is
Okay.
your third, right?
Yeah,
No,
third.
I already did my third.
Okay.
Oh wait, yeah, you're
Oh yeah,
second.
your second. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are good. I'm not gonna show you guys don't need to see the image for the last two. Just because they're not unsettling, they're really more just. So, I went ahead and picked Sinister. Have you ever seen Sinister, Crook?
Oh yeah, I love Sinister.
You're
Dude.
six? Oh my gosh, I battle those guys every weekend.
What?
Yes, Sinister 6. Now, so Sinister,
Maybe you should have stuck with like Christmas movies.
yeah, we should have just done our top. Oh, we could do our top 4 Christmas movies next month.
Our top 5 Lifetime films. Yeah.
No, no, no. That's a horror movie to me. I don't fucking touch those fuckers, dude. My wife and her sister love all Hallmark movies, and I would rather scrape my skin off than watch them. Okay. I'm gonna go back to Sinister. But no, Sinister is amazing. Essentially what it's about is it's about a family that moves into a house, and the dad is a famous writer, and I guess author is the correct term since I'm a chimp. He's a famous author, and he does like cold cases. So he writes about like murders. And he was they show you that he was really famous, but they move into this new house where a murder took place, but he doesn't tell his family. Like, they just think they're moving away. He's kind of getting out of that life. He's not going to work on such big cases. And so, but he starts looking into the murder that happened at the house, and he ends up finding his kids acting weird, and he ends up finding tapes in the house. I think he finds them in the attic to be specific, but he watches them, and the tapes are people being brutally murdered. Like one is, and it's one is like you just see like a lawnmower going forward, and it's silent. It's completely silent. I love this scene because it's completely silent, and you just see the lawnmower moving, but you really can't see too far forward. It's dark out, and then all of a sudden you see it go over a person, and they just kick the volume up right there. And dude, that is like one of my favorites. I wrote a fucking paper on this in college because I love this movie so much because it's just the perfect movie. And honestly, there's no filler. So spoilers. I don't know, Micah, you ever gonna watch this movie?
Probably not. I might.
The spoilers for anyone who doesn't want the plot ruined for them, um, is essentially all these films he found were previous families that were murdered by this entity, and the entity gets the kids, the youngest kid in the family, to murder their family, but it only happens after they move. And so basically he was watching films of families that moved away and were murdered, and then the family that moves in right after them and then leaves, they get murdered at their new house. And so the author, of course, at the end of the movie, they're like, "Yep, we moved out, we're done with this." And then his kid walks in with an axe, and it's just, oh my god, it's such a good movie. I don't know, correct. I mean, what did you think of it when you first saw it?
Sinister is good. I I I don't really have much to say about it. Like
Okay.
I like the film. I like the entity. I did have something I was gonna say. Oh, kids will get you killed. So that's the moral of the story is that no matter how much TV you watch, your kids will eventually kill you.
It's facts. It's
Facts.
facts.
So you might as well just live your life to the fullest because one day your kid will probably get you killed.
Yeah, dude. So it was compounded for me when I was younger because my sister actually would sleepwalk, and she would come into your room. She would open the door silently. She would come into your room and she'd stand over you, and
No, I'm
her
weird.
her hair would always be, and she'd be like kind of leaning over you, so her hair would be in her face, and that only happened to me once, and then I've slept with a fucking locked door the rest of my life. Like, it's
What the
gonna be.
fuck? I don't think your sister sleepwalks. I'm pretty sure she's possessed by Baal the devil.
She could be. She does have 3 cats now, so it makes sense.
Ah, the
The funny
terror of all evil.
thing is
The three
that
cats.
Dude, cats are evil. I don't know what you're talking about, honestly.
speaking of like sleepwalking, I don't remember this moment at all. But supposedly, I got up in the middle of the night, was going to the bathroom, or I guess, yeah, not gonna go into full detail about that. But my mom heard a bunch of noises. She came out. She's like, she told me the story. She's like, she saw me sitting there laughing.
Right,
And I
now my
don't remember.
nephew's possessed too. That's 2 people.
I mean, I talk in my sleep occasionally. Like my friend, actually, he hops on here, but it's Doggy Buns. He was he There was one night where we were doing a call and he forgot to get off, but he woke up and because we all passed out. He got up and he said goodnight. Everybody said goodnight, and supposedly even I said goodnight. I don't remember waking up at all that night either. That recently happened. I'm like, okay,
Mike is crazy?
Hey,
they
Micah, do me a
Possessed?
they
do.
locked me in a room,
Can
forever
you
room.
do me a favor?
Yes.
Don't be a demonic dickhead to your friends. Just be a demonic dickhead. But
No, all I said was good night.
listen, and
Hey,
that you're gonna. I got nothing. I've never dealt with a demon in my life, so
Come on,
you.
you're supposed to be helping me out here, man.
It's 2023. You do you.
I don't know, Crook. When we were out in the woods together in West Virginia that one time, I'm pretty sure we were dealing with some demons.
No,
But
we
that's a.
we were dealing with a ghost dog that decided to trip me in the middle of a trail and fucking sprain my ankle for like an entire year. I have never been hurt by more things than a stupid fucking B-list ghost that shouldn't have been up on the mountain in the first place until I crossed paths with him. Yeah.
What times, dude? I think about that a lot, to be honest.
I wasn't gonna let him keep me off the mountain, but I do like the fact that you found the cold spot up there.
Dude, oh my god, yeah. Yeah, god. And it was so fucking cold out that first time we went, dude. Ah, dude, I'll never forget it. Um,
Remember when we like the second time and we decided to go 5 minutes into the woods, like alone? And I do
yeah.
my 5 minutes and I come back and Jordan's just standing with everybody. He's like, I'm not doing this anymore. See, here's the thing, guys. Uh, I may want to see an alien or a ghost or a fucking Bigfoot that badly that they'll never reveal themselves to me. But Jordan is the type of guy that like will walk into an invisible fucking bee's nest uh just by trying to go to work.
Dude, I'm just scared. And honestly, I think that's why they come after me, dude. I'm a very like I'm the type of person when I walk upstairs at night, I feel something behind me every time.
This is
Just
why I want to be Jordan. Okay, he's got all the ghosts.
no, dude, I have to carry my gun in my house because of how horrified I am. And I'm a 250-pound dude and I'm pretty strong, but I'm horrified, brother.
Jordan,
Like
what are you gonna shoot? Like you just fire your bullet at a ghost?
I don't know, dude. I'm hoping that if it's physical, I can at least hurt it.
Silver bullet, go!
It brings me comfort. It's like a teddy, okay? Like Mr. Glock, makes me feel more comfortable when I carry him around the house. So
Honestly, my favorite time was like what's that? Max and I were fucking hunting the Mothman, and we're like walking along the trail. It's like fucking 11 o'clock at night. And we hear like this splash, like where there shouldn't be a splash. It was like one of those giant thunks, like a rock got thrown into the water, but out in the middle of the lake. And it wasn't like a fish. It was like you could hear plop. And Max is
Bet you
like,
was good.
Max is like, what was that? And I'm like, I don't know, dude. It's the fucking woods. And we continue walking along, and you hear plunk, and I'm like, okay, I heard it that time. And Max like reaches over to his gun, and I'm like, Max, what are you gonna shoot? If it's the Mothman, you're not gonna kill an interdimensional being. You know, we might as well try to reason with this thing. And anyway, he got scared and refused to step further. So I'm like, well, there's a what's that? There's like a little tiki hut down the way that you can step into, and it's got like graffiti all over it. I was like, I want to check this out at night. So I go walking into it, and I like turn the camera to me, and I'm just like, guys, I think it was just beavers. Like,
I actually remember when you guys first put that video out, and I watched it, and when you were on the camera alone, guys, that was definitely just a beaver. I fucking almost died. You're like, don't tell Max. Like we were gonna tell Max or something.
I refused to give it to him. I was just like, man, it's totally spooky out here, you know. But yeah, the next day we find out beavers populated the area.
Or it was the Mothman, and they just want you to think it was beavers.
It
Dun,
was
dun.
moth. What if it was moth beavers? Whose
What if
turn
it
are
was
we on?
Mothma? It's your turn.
It's
Second
my
movie.
turn. Okay. Look. First of all, welcome back, Lord of all Door Frames.
Lord of all doors.
What did I miss? Did you fight a mountain goat? You know what? I don't think there's a week that goes by that I don't fight a mountain goat. My second favorite film, I'd say, in the horror genre is Hereditary.
Interesting. Okay. Man,
Her-
Hereditary getting the number 2.
Hereditary is terrifying. I did not expect any of it. And like for a movie like that, it's also kind of enthralling because it inspired me to look and buy the dictionary demons, which has helped considerably in our research during Crook and Murder. And I remember watching it and the chick getting her head cut off in like the first 10 minutes of the film, and then it just goes off the wall from there. It's like, how do you top that? And yet Hereditary still finds a way. Even by the very fucking end of it, where that one scene in the barn where the chick's cutting her own head off, it's like, god damn. Every step of the way, Hereditary managed to kick it up another notch. And so that's why it falls squarely in number 2 for me.
Oh,
Dude, Hereditary. Oh man. This is another one that Alex. So Alex couldn't sleep alone for a week after watching Hereditary. And all I have to do is say Lord Payman, and she'll freak out. Like even to this day. And
And so at a restaurant, you're just like, hey man,
yes,
while pointing at the waiter.
yeah, I think she would get it and freak out. She hates it, dude. Like anytime I talk about Hereditary, she verbally physically gets upset. She did not have a good time.
Oh,
And that's
it's
why she had the power to walk out of Smile, because she knew. She's like, I'm not gonna do this shit again.
well, Hereditary really does kind of leave a mark on you, like kind of like Paddington does. Hereditary does it for the horror world. Like once you see Hereditary, you can't unsee Hereditary.
Yeah, you need Paddington to be your eye bleach after watching Hereditary.
Yeah, it's like and yet I still kind of want to watch it, and I still want to see it for the first time again. You know, just because of how like fucking shocking it is throughout the entire film.
I watch it like every 6 months. Yeah, I love that movie. And the really awesome thing about Hereditary, man, is their use of light and color in the movie. It's more evident when you're in the theaters because like there's different shades of black that are shown on like film, but when you're at home, it doesn't, like, unless you just have a really good TV, it doesn't just show. But if you look in the corners, man, you'll often see something they tried to direct you away from. And so it's just horrifying, bro. Like, God, I just like I remember seeing it the second time in theater and realizing how many times there was something in the corners of the screens. Especially when the mom is crawling around the house.
See, now that
Um,
kind of shit like creeps me the fuck out, and just like single-handedly one of the best acting scenes of all time was her going from like insanity to just the pale face.
yeah, dude. I mean, she plays such a good role, dude. Like when like one of my favorite scenes is when she's waking up her kids and it's them covered in gasoline, and her son's like, why do you hate me and stuff, and it's just like panning back and forth between her and him, and you all of a sudden you're like, why are they getting wetter, like why are they all of a sudden sweating, and then she lights the match and you're like, oh fuck. Like so good. I'm so sorry, Micah, you haven't seen this movie yet.
No, you're good.
You
Probably not another.
should
Oh, you're gonna see.
make it your next horror film. It's an easy transition to go from like Scooby Doo to Supernatural to Hereditary.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, definitely
Definitely.
agreed.
Because it's got elements of Scooby Doo in it. Like I'm pretty there's a dog. And it's got elements of Supernatural because they deal with the supernatural being. So I think you're well prepared for it.
Yes.
Gotcha. Cool.
God, what a movie though. And the little girl in the movie, she does such a good part playing that role. I almost like, dude, I don't think she will ever get another role in Hollywood because of that. Like, I just don't think anyone can see her as anything else. I'm actually wondering if she has gotten any other roles.
I don't know, but she killed it. Like
Yeah.
everything in that film was perfect as far as horror goes, in my opinion.
Yeah. Millie Shapiro.
I don't
Let me
know.
see if let me see if she's done anything else. No. So that explains it. But yeah, dude, she did such a good job, and so did the mom. Honestly, the whole cast did. The whole cast is perfect casting. I couldn't think of anyone different in their roles. Um,
So
cool.
let's go ahead and turn it over to Micah and what
Yeah,
his third movie is.
I'm interested.
My third movie is probably gonna be Coraline, because I mean, it's a great movie. I love it.
It
Like
is.
a button eyes.
Coraline is more terrifying than your last movie.
I know. That's what I was thinking. I was actually thinking you were gonna pick your other movie as your second. Because Coraline is truly a horror movie. Holy fuck.
Like the fucking the mom, the second mom, like that's not the
Yeah,
kind of
no.
shit to show to kids. That's like PG-13 and above. Coraline is on another level.
Which
What were
is
you gonna
why I
say,
have
Mike?
it at second. Well, I mean, for favorite movies, it's at second. For like completely scary movies, it would probably be the scariest one I've seen.
Okay,
Okay.
fair enough.
Okay. I can get that. Is there any like favorite scenes you have from it, or?
I haven't seen it in a while, but I just remember those button eyes. Just
Yeah.
Yeah, it still haunts me to this day.
Yeah, dude. It's funny because the first time I saw Coraline, it was on a date, like in college. I was like, I literally watched it in this girl's dorm room, and to be totally honest, I was more interested in the movie than I was her after about halfway through it. Like I'd never seen it, and I was like, oh, what the fuck is this? And I was still kind of like in denial about like liking animation at that point. I was like, I'm a frat star. I'm too cool to like animation. Like, dude, there was a point where I like dude, high school Jordan, like watched Sailor Moon, watched fucking Cowboy Bebop, watched Trigun, but I hid that shit, dude. I was like, if I tell anyone, they're gonna think I'm weird.
So you just
Um,
heard like REO Speedwagon playing in the background, like do 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 do. Oh
yeah,
man, if I knew that song, I would sing it. But go on.
but yeah,
Oh,
but
there
I
we
was
go.
like,
I just can't fight this feeling anymore.
100%,
I've
dude.
forgotten what I started fighting for. That's like what's playing for you while while you're watching Coraline.
Maybe not that. Yeah, I don't think it completely brought me back into animation or anything, but I remember just being like, this movie's actually pretty fucking good, and like wanting to watch the whole thing, and then when it was over, being like, damn, that was fucking good. Like, and I was creeped out. Um, no, it's definitely one of my more favorites, like claymation movies. I actually can't think of any other claymation movies I'm scared of besides the. Do you guys know like the Adventures of Tom Sawyer or something? Let me look that up really quick. Well, I'll bring it up
Are you
later.
talking about like the old school cool like Christmas cartoons that were fucking terrifying with Jack
Ah,
Frost and like they were always like, "We're gonna kill you, little kids."
no, dude, it's the Adventures of Mark Twain. No, that's not it. There's a claymation. No, it is the Adventures of Mark Twain claymation, 1985. They meet I think they meet Satan. I think they call him Satan, and he like is showing them like, oh, like, civilization and stuff and these little people. And then he ends up getting mad at them or something and like killing them all, and it's like fucking it's kind of like fucked up. Like it's really eerie.
What
I'll
is
uh
this
I'll
called again?
I'll send it to you. I'll send the exact scene to you guys.
Huh.
And I'll put it in chat too.
Wait, what's it called?
It's the Adventures of Mark Twain Satan
That
scene.
doesn't sound like the Adventures of Mark Twain. I don't remember reading about that in the book. So hold
I
on.
don't either.
Satan kills Mark Twain?
No, he's like they're using like a time machine or something, and they end up like going and seeing Satan, and I don't know, man.
But it keeps me up at night.
Yeah, here I'm putting it in the chat
I know,
of Twitch.
oh, we need to fix that. Just throw it in Discord.
Okay, I'll throw it in the
The
pirate
wrong.
ship.
It it turned into a link for me.
Yeah, I turned in the link for me. It's actually still there.
Why the fuck?
So
Okay. I
I
don't,
think.
either way, that's our Discord as well. If anybody wants to join it, I don't know why I don't see links, considering I'm the owner of the channel, but that's fine. Thank you, auto moderator, for deleting the link for me. I
just for
appreciate
you,
that.
working as intended. um, yeah, so I sent that, but that is the only other animation movie that I can think of that's truly has a horrifying scene in it. But is there anything else you wanted to add, Micah?
No. I told. We're still on Coraline, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I was like confused because. But yeah, no, I have nothing else to add.
Oni Ram wants to know how we're feeling tonight.
Oh, I'm feeling good, brother. Like this is my Friday night. Like I'm taking tomorrow off. My best friend's coming down. We're gonna play some CS:GO tonight, so I'm feeling
Hmm,
saucy, man.
I'd say I'm feeling pretty good. I'm having a blast sitting here just discussing horror films.
I'm tired, but I built a crossbow, so I'm happy.
I
Did you
don't
really build
think,
a crossbow?
Micah, don't build a crossbow when you're tired.
It's a
That's how you
Lego
that's
crossbow.
how you shoot your eye out, okay?
It's a Lego crossbow, okay?
Oh, okay. I was about to say I actually built a bow and arrow out of PVC pipe in high school, and it worked. It was pretty cool. I'll
All
send you
these
the video,
kids
Micah.
walking
Cool.
around with their Zima hula hoops and blow darts.
Casual American high school kids
Well, you
building
know
their
what?
own
I had
bows.
a destroyed Lego set in front of me, and I literally just built like a gun type crossbow thing.
Oh, that's
On top.
healthy.
So
That's
So I'm calling your dad and asking for a
that's
psych
my,
eval and an exorcist.
um. So do we want to carry on?
Yeah, I think it's your
yes.
turn.
Okay. So my favorite horror movie of all time, and it's truly because it fucks with me so hard. Like, if I see somebody being a little bit off and staring at me and kind of walking in my direction, I will start to kind of walk funny to see if they'll change. And so, before I show you the image, the movie's called It Follows. Have you watched it, Crook?
Yes, I love It Follows, but I'll say some things on it.
That sounds very familiar. I don't know why.
Do you want to say it after I go, or do you want to say it now?
Yeah, go ahead and introduce the film. I'm gonna step
So,
out for just a second, but throw your image up.
okay. So, what the movie's about is essentially, I won't ruin the plot, that way, but I'll just give the gist because I think I do not want to spoil this. You should go watch this movie. It is amazing. It will creep you out. The only disclaimer is that about 75% of the way through the movie, I think it kind of makes itself a little less scary but through some choices, but the beginning of it, like the first 75%, is just pure horror. Essentially, this woman, she caught it's essentially spread from person to person through a certain act. I won't say just to not ruin the movie,
Wow,
but
being very ambiguous there.
yeah, I'm being very ambiguous. Anyone who's watched the movie is like, yeah. But essentially, she starts to notice that a person will just randomly be walking toward her. And it can look like someone you know. It can look like someone you love. It could look like a weird person that's definitely out of the ordinary, like this old granny. And they pursue you. They don't run. They don't go any faster. It's just a brisk walking speed, and they just follow you. And if they catch you, you die. And they really, for the most part of the movie, they don't show you what happens, but there is a part where they show someone get completely fucked up, for getting caught by it, and it's just so creepy.
Hmm.
It fucks with your mind so heavy. Like, it is one of my favorite movies. It's not anything that's too complicated either, right? Like, it's not like they have crazy CGI effects. But man, it is one of those movies that will keep you up at night. Crook, what were you gonna say about it?
So here's the thing. Spoiler alert. I'll give you guys a second to leave the room. Go out, pour yourself a little chappy. That's what the English call it.
What is a
Um,
chap?
it's
Yeah,
it's
what
an
is?
it's an English word.
Oh, what does it mean?
I just look. Don't worry about it. So pour pour yourself a little chappy, and when you come back, we'll be done talking about it. Have you left? Good.
They're gone.
Okay. So here's the thing. The
Sorry.
movie is very clearly an STD, right? Like, because as you have sex with somebody, the infection spreads to the next person. Now, here's the thing: the monster has to kill that person, and then it comes after you. And it goes as fast as walking is allowed. At first, this sounds horrifying, till you realize that if it's going as fast as you can walk, you just drive an airport over. Take a fucking plane ticket to Thailand, get out there, bang one hooker on the seaport where a bunch of sailors come in, and then fly back, and you're set for the next 100 years. Because that thing is gonna ping pong across the ocean, trying to get to the next sailor that just got laid in a different port.
Okay, but that's
Damn,
also kind
dude,
of like that,
you really
that-
fucking thought this through. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
that's literally the theory of the snail. Like if the snail touches you, you die. Basically, what that sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, said that?
yeah, because once you have it with a hooker, all the sailors are getting laid that way. So they're going to bang like 15 people a day. And then those 15 people are going to spread to other ports and bang another person. And then that
Well,
person's going to spread to
well, it
another
only
port.
spread to the first one
What do you mean?
that they sleep with. It only spreads to the first person they sleep with.
Yeah, that's why the
And then
first person you sleep with is a fucking Thailand hooker.
And then that Tyler Hooker sleeps with one sailor, and then the sailor has it.
Yeah, then the sailor passes on to the next port, and that monster is stuck in fucking Atlantis for the rest of her goddamn life. Or he,
Wait,
or
so
she, or it.
if you sleep with that one person and they
Mhm.
don't sleep with another person, does that entity come after you still?
Well, that's a great
No,
question.
it,
That's
go
why
ahead.
I suggest you sleep with the Thailand hooker. Because a sailor's going to sleep with her, and then he's going to go to the next port and buy a hooker there, and it's just going to bounce back and forth.
I'm 100% getting. I suggest you sleep with a Thailand hooker and putting that on my soundboard.
Yeah.
I suggest you sleep with a Thailand hooker.
That's how you
Please
beat
do.
it, guys. I have thought about this. I have put thought into it. If you can go faster than it, it's already fucked.
Yeah, but it's just I don't know. You're right. You're
But I
right.
mean, they did. Like in the movie, they went to the cabin in the fucking woods, like 2 to 3 days away from the thing, walking towards them, and we're like, I guess we'll just fucking party here for the next 3 days for no goddamn reason until the fucking monster shows up on their door. Because while they were sitting there partying their ass off, this thing just walked. So you
Think
gotta
of
out.
it.
You gotta be faster than it, and you have to be smarter than it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It still terrifies me, but
It's still a great movie, though. I like it,
Now, would
fellas.
you have that come after you or a snail? That if it touches you, you die.
You just put a
well,
jar on the snail.
honestly, I prefer the snail just because if in this movie when that thing touches you, it just doesn't touch you. It kind of fucks you up. So
Yeah.
Oh.
I think
I,
I'd rather take the snail. Does the snail fuck me up?
No, it just automatically kills you.
I'll take the snail way out. In fact, I'll keep a jar like that just in case one day I have to throw it on an intruder. See,
Oh, there's snails at your house. I actually caught one when I was over there.
what? Now you're touching death snails.
Well, I did die, so I mean, I'm fine.
As far
It's
as we
true.
know.
Or maybe you're it. Maybe you are a snail.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
you're the snail coming after us.
don't worry. Make sure. I'll make sure next time I hug you. Next time I see you, I'll hug you and be like, "Ha, gotcha."
I'll make sure to hug you through a fucking suit of armor. So that way you can't touch 1 inch of my skin. And
That's
then
if
on your
remembers it.
the what?
I said that's if you remember it.
Look, I'm
I
buying
said it
Amazon
earlier
suit of
right
armor
here.
right now. I'm going to that site because you and your psychotic, demonic ideas that you displayed throughout the entire podcast have truly terrified me.
You're welcome.
I'm just kidding. I love my nephew most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time.
Jordan, did we hijack your turn?
No, dude, I'm enjoying the banter.
Let's see. So Lord of All Dollar Frame says, "Have you guys seen The Thing?" I think
Yes.
that's what it's called.
Yes. The Thing is a great movie. Have you seen The Thing, Kirk? You have to, right?
Yeah,
It's long
I've
time.
definitely seen The Thing.
Yeah.
I like the ambiguous ending of The Thing. Whether you don't know if it's the alien or if it's like, who was that? Kevin Costner? No.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it is Kevin Costner. I
Bucket
think you're right.
Yeah.
from Fantastic Four. That guy.
No, it was the guy that
It's
did
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell. He did Snake Plissken in Escape from New York. And you don't know if it's K-Dog or The Thing.
It's
Dude,
clobbering time.
dude, you're gonna probably want to shoot me after I ask you this. Does Snake Plissken have anything to do with Metal Gear?
Yeah, you know what? I get asked that all the time. Actually, I never gotten asked that, but I have thought about it.
I'm guessing the answer is no.
No, it doesn't. But here's the thing. It looks a lot like Metal Gear. So I forgot whoever came first ripped off the other. Snake
Escape from New
Plissken.
York came out in 1981, so I think they ripped off Escape from New York.
They ripped off Snake Plissken. I mean, Metal Gear is named Snake, and yeah, I can 100% see that being an influence for that video game. Because it's Kurt Russell. Who doesn't love Kurt Russell?
Yeah, very true.
Don't even know who that is.
I guess my kid
So-
doesn't.
You want to go over your number one, Crook?
You know what? I have thought long and hard about this, guys. And
Very hard.
very hard. For very long. Very long and very hard. I've thought about this.
Hard.
I I'm thinking of Walk Hard from fucking the Dewey Cox story. You ever seen that?
Yeah, good movie.
Where it's just like hard, and then they like make they make the rap song out of it. Oh man. My first is not Dewey Cox, The Untold Story, though. You guys definitely need to go watch that if you haven't seen it. My first, I gotta give it to my boys, the Ghostbusters. The reason I love the Ghostbusters is a couple reasons. One, whenever I got afraid or scared growing up, I felt like it's okay because Peter Venkman or Egon or Ray, any of them could show up at any time, or Winston, uh, and save me from the ghost. So
Yeah.
like Ghostbusters had that beautiful, wonderful blend of comedy and horror. It was just that right amount of eeriness, and I realize I completely contradicted what I said earlier when I said I've only seen one other movie do it. I've seen a couple of them, but Ghostbusters did it in style.
no.
Like, no, go on.
I still have never watched the first one.
I hate you.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I know I hate myself for it too. 'Cause every time I've watched Ghostbusters, it's always been the second one because that's whatever's playing. Even because I'll walk in from school and my mom's watching Ghostbusters. I'm like, "Cool, is this the first one?" She's like, "No, it's the second one. We already watched the first one." I'm like, "What?"
Tell her to watch it in reverse order next time. Start with number two, and then imagine you're watching the Star Wars prequels, and then watch number one.
And then I also had another question. Did you like the newer Ghostbusters with
Okay,
Scott Lang?
I didn't like the 2016 one. I love Ghostbuster
Afterlife?
Afterlife.
yeah. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think anyone liked the one
I'm gonna be
with
talking
Melissa
about this in
McCarthy.
the next podcast. I'm not talking about the other the 2016. I'm talking about the one with Scott Lang. But they're actually coming out with the second
Paul
one
Rudd.
to that life. I'm gonna be talking about that on the next podcast. But there's a second one.
Yeah,
coming
Oh,
out.
nice.
I saw it. I saw the trailer for it, and I think they're going to do a great job because the first one managed to include all four of the Ghostbusters without being disrespectful to Harold Ramis.
Yeah.
And like by the end of the film, the first time I saw it, I was like, "Oh, irregardless of whether this movie is good or not, it's the Ghostbusters' way of saying goodbye to their friend." And when that kind of clicked, I was like, "This movie doesn't have to be good or bad. It's like it's perfect just the way it is because it means something to
Mhm.
it." And then I watched it through a second time, and I was like, "You know what? This movie's really fucking to me. I like it."
I actually haven't seen it yet either, but it's not been definitely been on my list. But
So I would just say go watch Ghostbusters 1, go watch Ghostbusters 2, then go watch Ghostbusters Afterlife, and be ready for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, because Paul Rudd is America's sweetheart, and we all need to hug him.
yep.
Truth.
And somehow he's able to stay looking young. Because I'm pretty sure he's like 40 now, and he still looks like he's
40's
should be 20.
40's not that old, brother.
Yeah, dude, what are you trying to say? I mean, look,
Dude, wow, dude.
Jordan
Are we
just
old?
Jordan, didn't you just find out that you watched like what was that movie again at the beginning?
Paranormal Activity.
I thought you
Yeah,
guys were
in
younger, like in your
2007.
30s.
Yeah.
Yeah, late
I thought,
30s. Thanks. All right,
Yeah,
buddy.
I'm
well,
about to be
I thought you were
31.
younger, okay?
Sorry, I
I
don't
thought you
have
were
enough
younger. You're
swag.
over here saying you're
Okay.
40. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't say no cap and for real, and gat all the time and Rizzler.
Yeah, buddy, it's Gucci. Okay, I be
Okay,
bussin'.
I say Gucci, but I think Gucci was a 2000s thing.
Yeah.
All right, Micah, I think take us home.
Take you home, but I can't take you home. You guys are like across the states. I'm confused.
Like,
No,
if
I'm
you don't take us home, I'm gonna follow you.
I swear to God. Just like It Follows meets Hereditary, that would be the movie.
Okay, mine is not. It's like more of a mix between. It's actually like a really good movie, and like this is a movie where I would purposely sneak into the theater while working or try to do theater checks and watch it. But it's called Violent Night. I don't know if you guys seen it, but it's
I saw it.
basically I don't know if you would count it as horror as much, but I mean it's more of like it's gory and it's basically Santa gets runs into a house full of bad people and he's um right, and then this girl is like, "Hey Santa, can you help me? Because these bad people are trying to rob him." And Santa pretty much goes on a killing spree.
Wait, so Santa just goes whoop some ass for the greater good?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Dude,
essentially,
that's not
go
horror.
ahead.
That's Santa Wick.
It is. I was literally about to say the same thing. It's basically it's John Wick, but with Santa, and essentially Santa before being Santa, he was like a great like Viking warrior.
Why does every sentence of this film just sound way more awesome than the last?
Yeah, it's a good.
It- it-
It's a good watch once movie, 100%.
Listen, a fucking Viking warrior Santa Claus running around John Wicking assholes is exactly the kind of way I would spend my Saturday night.
okay, well, there's okay. This is a little bit of a spoiler, but one of the ways he kills someone is he does the chimney trick where he goes up the chimney, but he drags the person along, and that person does not have that power, so it literally just
Reds them.
yeah.
Fucking amazing. This is,
Yeah, they
this sounds
also
awesome
do.
as hell.
They
It's
also
on
do a little.
Voodoo.
Dude, they do a Home Alone montage in that movie. Like, I wouldn't say montage, but a little like homage is the word I was looking for. And it's fucking brutal, dude. It's like basically if Home Alone was real. You know how like the things he does to those poor guys is like half the time it would kill them. um that happens where like the kid is like the kid of the house sets up a bunch of traps, but like you see like the nails go through this guy's foot and like the iron peels. It's fucking brutal. It's a horror movie in some
Yeah,
aspects.
I'm sure Santa was sitting there being like, "Insist as far as the bad guys, I got to vanquish them for respect to my family."
Like, what's his name? The actor is like perfect for it too, because
Yeah,
like, hold on, I'll search it up.
it's the dude from Stranger Things. It's the police officer.
Yeah,
Oh, Dennis Hopper.
Yes,
yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
like
I think
it's
that's his.
just
I think it's just
great.
Sheriff Hopper, actually.
yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, well, yeah, he's David Harbour. Yeah,
yeah, that's him.
but yeah, yeah, he plays Santa, and it's just amazing.
Does he have an Austrian accent?
I forgot. I haven't seen it.
Not really. It's just his voice from Stranger Things, to be totally honest.
You know what? That's okay, because he's still a Viking Santa Claus laying waste. This sounds
Yeah,
fucking
it's on
amazing.
Voodoo, so you can
What's it
watch
on?
it. Voodoo.
Voodoo?
We have.
Okay,
Yeah, we have it.
I'll watch that.
Well, damn, dude. Well, we got through all our movies in an hour and 20 minutes. I think this is the quickest we've ever done a podcast.
Literally, this is the fastest Stone Gauntlet. I mean, it's not over yet, but let's see. Yeah, it looks like we actually spent less than an hour and 20 minutes. That was good.
Yeah.
Good job,
Yeah,
team.
that's actually what we planned too. I think we planned what, like 5 minutes a movie, right? And there was
Yeah, or
I
something
can't.
like that. I don't really
Yeah,
pay attention to plans like that. I just go, yeah, okay.
yeah. But
Then
dude, that was sick. Did anyone in the chat say anything? Is there anyone oh, have y'all seen Winnie Pooh Blood and Honey? We were literally talking that at the beginning. I have not seen Blood and Honey, but it's something I definitely plan to watch now. I need to. We'll talk about it in the next podcast. That's a promise.
maybe I should watch it, and then I can actually like compare notes with you.
We can take a couple minutes to talk about some stuff, and I wanted to ask chat what their favorite horror movies were, or if they recommend anything. Um, but while we wait for their answers, I wanted to talk to you about, dude, one of my favorite things in horror movies is not the visuals, is not the story, it's the sound effects, bro. I love, like, talking about Hereditary, when she's cutting her neck off with the wire in the attic,
Yeah,
you can hear it like move through her tendons, bro. And she just goes back and forth like chin chin chin. Oh my god, dude. That shit just gets me going.
that's because sound is insanely important to like a horror film. And
Yeah.
what I mean by that is like, I remember growing up, I saw this video short, and they played the same short like twice in a row. One was like this upbeat, kind of happy tenor to it, and it's all about like these kind of critters showing up on this woman's kitchen counter, and you're like, oh, they're cute, they're here to help her. And then they played that clip again, but this time with like a horror overture, and the little critters became like these tiny little monsters that were raising themselves up from the ground. And it's like the fact that sound itself, which lies firmly with my belief of the afterlife, that we as energy are affected by sound, vowels,
Hmm.
and the mathematics lies at the heart of everything, um, as well as light. You know, so that sound within the film affects how you view the scene. It changes your perception dependent upon what is playing.
Do deaf people just not have energy?
Well, it will say scary music at the bottom.
I mean, they can feel vibrations, so maybe it affects it.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm sure like we probably all have a sixth sense of some sort. Like, you know how when we can feel when someone's looking at us and we just know it,
Yeah.
and we can turn around and look and there's like a person looking at us. Um, I think that sixth sense extends. Uh, God, I had a point. What were we just talking about?
It about sound and
Oh,
how
sound.
sound has an energy, like it changes the energy.
So that
I'll
sixth
be back. Right
sense
back.
essentially translate into an almost room-wide thing where we sense the tension in the air when there is some.
Yeah.
You could walk into a room with people that just fought and immediately feel the energy crackling around you.
That's true.
Like, that's the sixth sense that maybe blind people while watching a film get when they're watching the film. The anxiety of everyone else around them, you know?
Yeah. God, dude. But yeah, dude, and my other favorite movie for sound is Evil Dead. Have you do you know which one I'm talking about? The 2013 remake?
Yeah, I actually love that one too. And the reason I liked it is because they once again made it very serious at the beginning, and then by the end of it, she gets the chainsaw and she's like groovy. You know,
Yeah,
it was paying homage to Ash Williams getting the chainsaw, and it's like those chainsaw moments in the Evil Dead, whether it be 1, 2, Army of Darkness, 2013, or even the most recent one, are those moments where the hero is overcome. It's
dude.
like
What? Oh, go ahead.
no, it's like those triumphant points where it's like, I just got the chainsaw. I'm tired of being terrified by you. I'm gonna fight back, and you're gonna regret it. You
Yeah.
know.
I'm back.
What did you think about the new Evil Dead?
I like that one too. I actually love everything Evil Dead. I don't feel like they've ever really fucked up anything. Like I love the show. I felt the show was an extension of one and two. and picked
Dude,
up exactly where Ash Williams left off.
dude, Ash versus the Evil Dead is honestly my favorite entry into the Evil Dead series. Like the first season, not the greatest. The budget was low, so I mean, they worked with what they had, right? But when they got picked up by a real network, when they got picked up by Stars, and they weren't YouTube TV, fucking so good, dude.
I
Ash versus
also
the Evil Dead.
I also like how they like the direction they took with Ash in Ash versus Dead. Like it went from being uh this guy who's troubled at Evil Dead 1 to like this hero. But what happens after the job is done?
Yeah.
Like what happens to the hero? And Ash is still just a general fucking asshole throughout the entire thing. And it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, the cast is honestly perfect. Like it's just it's so good. That's honestly, Micah, if you'd want to watch like a horror but comedy, Ash versus the Evil Dead is a really good show.
Okay.
Um, well, yeah. Well, I mean, shit. I don't know. Is there anything else you guys want to add on to this?
No, I think we can call it here. That was a fun
Uh,
time.
Lord of the Fallen Doors says Five Nights at Freddy. Haven't watched it yet. I will check it out though on Peacock.
Micah, have you seen Five Nights at Freddy's yet?
Yes, I have.
What's
What'd
your
you think of
thoughts
it?
on it?
Well, okay, so
First of all,
or-
did it take 5 nights to watch it?
yes, it did.
Okay,
Good. Okay.
Yeah,
making
but
sure.
okay. So the funny thing is, Lord of Dark Frames will actually agree with me with this because him and me watched it together. Me, I'm not a big Five Nights at Freddy's guy, so I've never actually gotten into the lore. But according to Lord of Dark, all Dark Frames, it like only matched a couple things of lore, and it was literally just funny. And the only thing that carried the entire movie, well, the only thing that killed most things in the entire movie was the cupcake.
The cupcake.
Yes. The most jump scares too came from Balloon Boy.
All right, guys. Now that you're done with your Five Nights at Freddy's, go look up a movie called Wally's Wonderland. It's Nicolas Cage who's mute throughout the entire film, and he has to spend one night in a pizzeria cleaning it. And uh, the animatronics come to life.
Is Wally's Wonderland actually good?
Oh, it's so fucking amazing. He's like Nicolas Cage says no words throughout the entire film. He just does the entire thing in glances. But there's like one point where he gets jumped by the first animatronic, and you're like, oh shit, this is where he's gonna die, and he ends up just absolutely beating the living shit out of this animatronic, and like leaving it broken in the bathroom, and then goes back to doing his job and just cleaning the pizzeria. And I'm like, this is fucking amazing. Because all this guy wants to do is get his car fixed, so he's going to clean this pizzeria, dealing with death or not.
Yeah. I remember when it first came out, how people were like, "Oh, this is gonna be so funny," and then I never heard anything about it again.
I
So
feel it's criminally underrated. I love that film. Go check it out. It's Brock Sampson meets the Five Nights at Freddy's.
Huh.
good old
Uh,
Brock Sampson. Cool.
I think we can call it here, folks.
Yeah.
So let's
Um.
see. Go on.
No, I was gonna say, do we have a date for the next Stone Gauntlet?
Um, no, but we can get one if you would like.
I was gonna say, what about that What days do you have school off, Micah?
For one, on Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, yeah.
It's the 22nd to the 26th because
Do
I
you think
believe
we
I
could?
am going to my dad's.
Do you think we could do Tuesday, that 21st?
Possibly. I do have school that day.
But not that night, right?
Yeah, I'm guessing not that night unless they scheduled me to work, which I might work because that's one of the days I work.
Alright, we'll figure out. I mean,
Yeah.
I would think that'd be a good date if you guys are down with that date.
Yeah, I'm down with
I'll
that.
see if
That's
I
fine.
work
Cool.
or not, and if I do work, I'll actually 21st. I might have requested the 21st off just
We'll do
because.
it. We'll do a tentative 21st. Worst case scenario, we just do it the next week.
Yeah, or while he's at his brother's. I mean, he
Yeah.
has internet.
Yeah. Also, 21st might have to be late because that's when Oompa and Uma are coming down. So.
Well,
Okay.
a podcast is never late, nor is it ever early. We
Fair
prove
enough.
we appear precisely when we mean to.
Totally.
So probably the
Totally
21st.
not me going to get chicken wings. Uh,
Well, oh, that's right. Yeah, because you delayed both of our podcasts with food.
I
Anyway,
remember that.
it was like it was chicken wings the first time, and then what was it, cookies the next?
for oh, it was when we were planning because when we were planning on playing Overwatch. The funny thing is, you know how we said that we had to do it at 9:30, right?
Yeah,
I I was eating, and that's why I was late to that.
I knew it.
So,
I think you have an eating problem, Micah.
but it
You're
was tacos.
You're
you're
gonna have to get
eating
some help, buddy.
Tacos of all things.
you're eating every time before a podcast and or Overwatch play.
Hey, I could be eating, and you'd be hearing.
Listen, man, how are we gonna beat the New York Giant Divas? I guess probably their name.
That's a team,
Uh,
seriously.
unless we train at Overwatch on time.
Very true.
That's true, totally.
Yep.
You know what's funny is like, okay, speaking of being late, Lord of All Door Frames can actually also confirm this. Every single one of my birthdays, I have always been late to.
Even like your first birthday, like where it's like you just showed up at 11:55 the night before, and
Yeah,
the
yep.
doctor is just like, "Well, fuck."
Yeah.
He's 5 minutes. No, yeah, it would be 11. No, yeah. God damn it, Micah.
I'm just professionally late, okay?
Alright, so we're looking to do Stone Gauntlet on the 21st before Thanksgiving. So we're
Okay,
gonna
yeah.
bring our 4 favorite Thanksgiving movies. No movies. No, it's not gonna be themed. I'll see if I can find a turkey anime for y'all, but I doubt there's. Okay, there definitely is one. So.
I can bring up the new Thanksgiving slasher movie that's coming out.
Called
So,
Thanksgiving.
Oh.
yeah,
All
it's
right.
called Thanksgiving.
And I, on the game side, will bring up Stardew Valley.
You should
Nice.
totally bring
That
up
makes
the
sense.
Bluey video game.
All right. Are we calling it here?
Yeah, let's call
Yeah.
it.
I'm half asleep, so
Guys, I'm Kenny Crick Irish Kirby. Keep it weird out there.
I'm Jordan Rabble, anime manga, and yeah, keep it weird.
So much more professional than the rest of us.
Thank you.
and I'm Spider Dude, the more professionally late, and I will web y'all later. Good night.
Peace out, guys.
Peace.
Ooh.
Alright, cool. Well, my buddy is here, so I'm gonna peace out, guys. But I definitely need to play some Overwatch with y'all again soon,
Yeah.
because that was fun, and
That
just
was
slam only Bastion. So
Good night, everyone on or chat. Shout out to my mods, Oniram, ONIRAM 93, and Corey Craft, KORICRAFT. Go give them follows on Twitch.
peace, guys.
Bye.
Peace out.
Udom. Are you free? Sam. I actually know if it's over yet. It hasn't stopped.
No,